pay me 1.5% more than these guys, you get 10 to 15% more in your pocket net. It's easy, and I can show you. And who is smart and who is doing the real calculation, then they will choose me.
Hi Marius, how are you?
I'm okay. Thank you so much for inviting me at your show,
Always
the Real Estate TV show.
Nice seeing you. And so 67, oh my God, magic number 2021. That's the number of transactions you actually have this year.
Yes, I have to be very precise. 58 sales and 9 leases. So I'm so happy. So I thank God and all my clients for trusting me and for giving me such an amazing business. I don't have marketing, on the buses. I don't have, on garbage bins or, any flyers whatsoever. It's just word of mouth. Yeah. And, and this year, it was so interesting. I got sign calls from other clients. So I sold, let's say, for a record price in one street, and then some neighbors, they called me and they said, okay, how much did you sell the house? And I said, okay, this price. And I say, amazing, I want to sell my home. So I got listings direct from my signs from the neighbors. Because they realized that the results are amazing, but this kind of results is just it's a long process. It's not an easy process. Yeah. So you have to do certain things in order to achieve those results. Yeah. And they like that. Like I said, I never seen such detailed servicing, such detailed services, and we really like to work with you. And there were different community from different communities, not from Romanian community. So they're from Philippines, India, Canadians, Middle East. So all kind of clients. So that's they realizes that we have unique services. Like this is like like in Property Brothers shows. Like we do everything from the small renovations to bigger renovations to staging, decluttering, everything. So usually our clients, they give us the keys. From the house, and they said, Marius, we are going in Airbnb for a while, or we are going to the cottage, or we are going to Caribbean for 2 weeks. I hope in 2 weeks the house is sold, and it's sold. It's sold for the best price.
Absolutely, yeah. So if, for example, I want to choose someone, an agent with, let's say, 1% commission, what do you advise me to do?
So, Felicia,
because everybody wants like a small percentage.
So when you hear something like that, I just have to mention like 2.5% in Toronto Real Estate Board is the average commission for the buyer agent and for the listing agent. This is like average. It's not fixed because it's against the law, but it's kind of average. Okay. So when you hear something like, oh, I'll sell for less than 2.5, then it has to be a red flag. It's like, just to give you an example. So if you go to a surgeon and that surgeon, it's taking a certain amount of money, and you go to another surgeon and say, you know what, I will take half of the other surgeon, then for me it's a red flag. Because why? If it's so good, why is not keeping the same commission like the first one, the top one? Absolutely. So the same thing here. So if somebody is an agent is asking for less, it has to be a red flag. First of all, you have to ask, okay, so what is included in your services? What is your portfolio? I can show you 30, 40, 50 listings that I sold for the best ever price. And it's not about 5,000-10,000 more. It's about hundreds of thousands more.
That's a lot.
Hundreds of thousands more. Yeah. So if you pay me, for example, my services, I spent on just putting the listings on the market about 1%. So imagine the guys that are taking 1%. That means that they are not doing anything. You know, they are cutting corners, they don't do the right thing, they just try to attract you to sell with them, but in the end you sell 15% less than with me. So pay me 1.5% more than these guys, you get 10 to 15% more in your pocket, net. It's easy, and I can show you. And who is smart and who is doing the real calculation, then they will choose me. You know, if somebody, you know what, I want to, pay less, it's fine. I have that kind of services too, but the results are not the same.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Of course.
For me,
cannot be the same.
Yeah, for me, getting a lower commission, it's easy because I don't have to work so hard. I cannot, it will not be the same services.
So we are talking about, so the real question is not how much is the commission. The real question is
how much I will
can
net.
get.
You can get. So this is the problem.
If I sell this property.
And you know what, Felicia, because I have so much business based on the referrals, and the people call me every day. I have enough business. So basically I can choose. So now, probably this year, I could make maybe 100 sales, not 67.
Oh wow!
Yeah, 100 sales. I'm not kidding. So I had many more appointments with different guys, but some of them they were asking me, cash back and dropping the commission, not doing this, not doing that, trying to cut corners. They didn't understand, and I try to explain them. If you cut corners in this business, you'll get much less money. Yeah. So I told them, I said, you know what, thank you so much for your opportunity to meet with you. Yeah. But if you want just to try or to don't go and you want to cut corners, you don't have to do this, don't have to do that, go with another agent.
Absolutely. So for them it's cutting corners, not getting that much money. For you is the reputation.
Yeah.
Because excellent is your reputation.
It's so funny because
your signature.
Those guys, they said, oh, I don't want to renovate this because I don't want to spend $20,000. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go in Airbnb because, it's $5,000. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So if you're not doing what I say to do, because I know I have experience, then better go with another agent. Better. But the results,
have your own standards.
I have my own standards. So my name is most important than a commission.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I built in 16 years my reputation, and I cannot throw it away for a deal or two.
Absolutely.
Trust me, I'm not kidding. Maybe I say no to more than maybe 10 to 15 millions in listing prices. So if imagine 15 millions means a lot of business.
It is, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure you gain more.
Yeah, but you know what happened with this guy? So if I took those listings, basically I didn't sell for the best price because they wanted. So they want to cut corners to pay me less commission, and they're expecting the best price ever in the market, which is not possible.
No, it's not
possible.
realistic.
It's not realistic,
It's not
even if it's an amazing market.
Absolutely.
So many agents, clients, they don't understand. Okay, it's an amazing market right now, and you can take amazing prices, even if you don't do too much. Yes, it's true. But imagine if you're doing, if you do the right things on renovations, if you do the right thing in marketing, if you pay me the full commission to have that chance to serve you better, then you get much, much more than if you didn't do anything.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's not about 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. It's about 100, 200, 300,000. I can go on my Facebook account and look at what I sell.
And Google reviews. You have amazing, only 5-star reviews.
Google me.
So people are and they're taking the time to review your services.
Yes.
Not just 5-star reviews.
And you know what? I'm so upset when I see people, they go with discount agents and they don't have a clue how much they lost.
Marius, they don't know.
They lost a lot, and they say, "Oh, I have a family friend, or and then he's taking me, that kind of information." I said, "Man, ask him what he has done for other agents. Ask him to show you the portfolio. If he doesn't know anything about this, he doesn't have.
You'll be an experience for them.
They can take 0% in both sides, but you have to pay 2.5% on the buyer side if you want to be on the MLS. But let's say he's just taking 2.5 just to pay the buyer agent. you're losing like big time. You're losing 15 to 20%. And you are earning 2.5. I don't know. So you're still losing 17.5%.
Absolutely.
So what's the point?
Yeah. And I know it might look a little bit complicated, but this is why I advise you guys call Marius, because you'll see all the information in the banner, and you can talk for free. You can ask questions. You can, consult with Marius, because Marius can provide you all the amazing information. And you have 16 years of experience.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
like active experience. It's not just the year, because sometimes people are just have the degree or have the certification or whatever the license, but they don't work. And actually, you work for 16 years.
So the average, sold properties per year in Toronto Real Estate Board, it's about 2 deals per year. So I did, an average in the last years, like 35, 40. This year I will do like 80. So imagine how much more experience I have than a normal guy.
Yeah.
And we have full services from, for example, when I meet with some client, and then I tell them, okay, you have, in order to take the best price, you have to do this cosmetic renovation. You have to change the countertop, probably to paint, probably to change the appliances, the floors, and stuff like that. And then secondly, you have to move on Airbnb to get the best price. If you have a tenant, just get rid of them, like give them a notice with 60 days notice, like the law says, and I try to make the property empty, to have a property empty, and then I can work on that property. Because if you have the tenants, you lose 20%. You think, what, the tenants is paying me $2,000 per month. So I said, man, make an investment. Imagine that we are selling this property in 2 months. Okay, how much do you lose? Okay, you lose $4,000. Okay, but on the other hand, we can renovate things. We can do the right marketing, the right staging. Because with the tenant inside, you cannot do the staging. Even if I do for you an amazing staging with the tenant, okay, the tenant usually they don't want to go out from that property. And because of the COVID situation, when the potential buyer is seeing a property tenanted, they don't want to go because they are afraid that the tenant maybe has COVID or so they don't want to go.
There are a lot of reasons.
There are other reasons. Second, if the tenant doesn't want to go, even if he feels like, he's very cooperative and this and that, he's very clean. Just if that tenant left underwear on the pillow,
we don't want that.
We don't want that, because maybe he can do it in purpose. I saw some tenants, like a few years ago.
You can risk it.
Yeah.
No.
They, what was so funny, I saw some rented properties. I was not the listing agent, I was the buyer agent. And, the tenants, what they did? They purchased like, rats and mice, like from different stores they have some the plastic ones. They steal.
You don't
so what they did, they purchased that small toys.
So they sabotage.
They put it like that rat close to the bed.
Oh my God.
And when my client said that even if saw that it was not real rat or not real mouse, they said, no, I don't want this property. So it's such a fine line when you sell a property, has to be vacant.
Absolutely.
So you have to deal with the tenant. We have to give him something, 1 month rent or 2 months rent, just to to ask him to leave. And they will leave, and then the property is vacant, and then we can take the best price.
Absolutely, yeah.
So but so many agents they are so afraid to tell all this, and I said, don't, Mr. Seller, don't worry, we can sell with the tenant inside. Trust me. First of all, they are not selling.
Okay.
Second of all, if they are selling, if you are selling 20% less. So what's the point?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
What's the point?
Yeah. So we have great topics actually. But I want to talk a little bit about your involvement in the community. You are one of the, maybe the biggest people who donates money for Kids Foundation, right?
Yes.
So I know you're very modest, and I know it's amazing what are you doing, but there is a reason you are involved. It's not just because you can, but you also have a big heart. It's first,
Yeah.
but also you have a reason for that, right?
Yeah. So Felicia, if you write the Bible, and it's common sense. If you give first of all, if you want to be successful, if you want the God to give you something, it's necessary to give you something. So you have to give more. And then, the God will see your gesture, like a kind gesture, and trust me, God will pay 10 times more than that. So, when I was a small kid, my parents told me later in life that I was very sick. So between my birth in 1967 to 1969, I was all the time in hospitals. I was almost, dying. I was very sick kid, and just God gives me a second chance to live. So, but I learned later in life, and now, because Remax is a proud sponsor of Sea Kids Foundation. It's a great organization who help kids with no parents, or with their parents. They're very, they don't have the financial assets to support them to do surgeries and to help them to get healthy. So Remax, from so many years ago, they built a relationship with the Sea Kids Foundation, and we have a chance to donate for all our deals, part of our commission to this organization. So in the few 10-15 years ago, I wasn't so successful like today, and I was donated a little bit less. Now, because I'm more let's say I do more business and I have more chances to help. Now I provide much more,
and that's amazing.
And I hope it's just in the end of 2021, but probably in January, February 2022, they will come with the top Remax guys that they're donating for this foundation. And I just give you an idea. Probably I will be in the top 5 or top 10 in Canada out of 25,000 agents in Remax. This is my guess, based on what I just because I try to help kids like the way I was, very sick, to get it better, and to and to do great things in this life. So you have to be to take care of the community. You have to take.
Absolutely.
Also I help all the community, like I'm in Romanian community usually, and some organization even before COVID, and after that they asked me to help. Also some churches in my community. So I try to help as much as I can.
That's amazing. Amazing, and I really applaud your involvement, and because people are when you're successful, you're not quite remembering, you can do a little bit more.
Yeah, you don't have to forget.
But you are a big heart, and you had the second chance as a kid, and you want to offer a second or third chance to other kids.
Kids.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Marius, thank you so much. It was a great discussion.
Thank you.
We'll be back with another topic next time. Until then, stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much, Felicia. All the best, and see you healthy and happy
Thank
in
you.
the new TV show.
Thank you so much.